Alright guys, I'm back with the tribute video, and remember, I'm going to try not to break down, but I'm not promising anything. So, I know this sounds stupid, but the reason that my heart's broken is because Henry Danger was just like a really good show. I loved that show. I always watched it, or I started watching it around, I think season 2 or 3. I think it was season 3. Yeah, it was season 3 because one day there was like nothing on, and so I went to check out Henry Danger, and I was like, oh my god, this show is amazing. So I started watching it around season 3, just absolutely fell in love with it, and when the pilot aired, I actually watched it, and I didn't really know what, I was kind of confused by it. Like, I didn't know it was, like, back then I didn't know what a Power Ranger was, so I didn't, really like the pilot until I saw, I didn't really like the show until about season 3. And so, after season 3, I started paying more attention to it, and I started watching it, and, sorry. Remember, I'm trying to hold it in, but it's hard. It's hard doing a tribute video and not breaking down. And especially if your heart's broken, which it is. Anyway, I started watching it around, season 3, episode, what episode was it? Double Date Danger, I think. Yeah, Double Date Danger, I think that was the episode that got me started on the show. Which is weird because my favorite episode is in season 1. And I absolutely just fell in love with the show. It was a Power Rangers Scooby-Doo type show. And at first I didn't really have a favorite character, but I started paying more attention to the two superheroes, Captain Man and Kid Danger. And Captain Man is just so funny in the show. Like, he was also the most caring character in my opinion, but he was the funniest character in my opinion. He got upset over everything, so he got upset a lot, and he would act like childish even though he was an adult. So he was always making me laugh. And I remember I used to come in my room. I used to come in here every Saturday. I used to be in here. I used to be doing stuff, and I remember I used to be doing stuff, and every Saturday night I would come in here around, I think, 6 or 7, or stop what I was doing, get on my bed, and watch any new episode that aired, or the new episodes that were on every Saturday. I don't know why they were on every Saturday, but I remember thinking that, I know it's gonna end soon. I just hope it's not soon. I know it'll end. I just hope it's not soon. Well, unfortunately, it was. I was watching. I don't remember what episode it was, but they had. I think it was. I don't want to say the musical. I don't know what episode it was, but they started showing that they started showing trailers for the final season, and I was like, no, like the first trailer I saw, I was like, no, you can't end, you cannot end, because I knew my heart was gonna crack, and it basically did. Like, when I was watching the final episode, The Fate of Danger Part 2, which actually was really confusing at the end, because it shows Captain Man at a funeral, and what it shows, and at the end of Fate of Danger Part 2, it shows Henry apparently had like Henry and Ray were on a blimp, and Ray wanted to crash into Mount 12U because he wasn't indestructible at the end of the episode, so I was like, he'll die anyway. But Henry sacrificed himself. Like, he wouldn't let Ray do it. He grabbed his parachute and just he grabbed the handle to his parachute, opened it, and Ray just flew off. But hold on, I gotta let my Nana know. Okay, my Nana just got home, so I gotta let her know I'm recording, so I'll be right back. Alright, anyway, I can continue. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I can continue the tribute. I remember, I was watching The Fate of Danger, and it showed, like, towards the very end, it showed, I've been wanting to see if Kid Danger died and how he did, and he died. And I'll explain why I did that in a second. But apparently they had, like, on the episode, they had some sort of, like, Omega weapon looking thing. Like, it was a huge weapon. It was, like, that big. And apparently it gave Henry a force field power, which is actually really, really awesome. I would love to have a superpower like that. Because then I couldn't get hurt. Like, it's better than being indestructible, because I wouldn't be able to get hurt. Anyway, like, okay, if you guys could have any superpower, what would it be? Mine would definitely be a force field. Anyway, I was watching it, and he let go of the parachute. Ray just flew out of the scene, which was pretty funny, because you just hear him going no as he flies off. So that was pretty funny. But Henry grabbed hold of like I don't know what they're called. It's like the ropes attached to the blimp to make it fly or to control it. Well, he grabbed onto it, and he all of a sudden he turned and he started glowing green, and I was like, what the? Like, I didn't know he got a force field superpower. And so he started glowing green, and the blimp was headed toward Mount Swellview, and it crashed. It crashed into Mount Swellview. So as it's headed to Mount Swellview, it just fades to black, and then next thing you know, you see Captain Man at a funeral. So you think that it makes you think that Kid Danger sacrificed himself and was killed and got killed in a blimp crash. And got killed in a blimp crash. But what actually happened was that he did not sacrifice himself. That force field that he got, which was really cool, protected him. And it was funny when I was watching the episode, because I thought he had actually died. I didn't know that was a superpower. I didn't know that he had a force field, and that he was given a force field from the Omega weapon. And so when I was watching it, after Captain Man sang, what song is it? I think it's called Hero or something. I don't know what it's called. I think the song is called Hero. I'm not really sure what it's called. And because it's like, I need a hero holding out for the end of the night. I don't know what it's called, but those are some of the lyrics. After he said holding out for the end of the night, and he did in high pitched. Sorry, in high pitched. That was funny. That's all. He goes, I had a hero, his name was Kid Danger, and then he looked all upset when he said, I can't do this. And so I actually thought that Kid Danger was dead, and like that Henry was dead. And so I was like, oh, Henry died, this just got dark. And when he goes, I can't do this, he walks off, and he turns back into Ray, and then he goes, how'd I do? And then you hear Henry, and then you see Henry turn around, and you're like, wait, what? Like, I saw Henry turn around, and I was like, wait, what? Because I thought he had died. I was like, how is Henry alive after a blimp crash? I mean, that, like, you blimp crashes into a mountain, and it just catches on fire. How is somebody going to survive? But still, that was funny. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then it ended around, after the funeral scene, it was, okay, hold on. Alright, sorry about that, guys, anyway. This video is going to be about 14 minutes, probably. But anyway, see, I'm trying to hold it in. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. It's hard, too. It's hard, though. Anyway, after the funeral scene, it was funny, because when we realized that Henry is alive, Ray goes, how does it feel to be at your own funeral? And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was so confused that whole scene. I was like, what? Until I found out that he got a force field. I was like, oh, okay, that's why he's alive. But, then it cuts to, like, him, and then it cuts to Henry, Jasper, and Charlotte in some sort of, like, bar-looking thing. Like, some sort of, like, bar-looking place. And they're in some, I don't know if this is a real city, but they're in dystopia. I'm not sure if that's a real city, or I'm not sure if that's a real place. Sorry, my favorite show is on. So my favorite show is on. I just like that show. So anyway, when it cuts to them going out to fight crime, and you see Charlotte turning like some sort of cyborg, and you're like, what the? And then it fades out as Henry runs off. As Henry runs off into the night, it fades out. And you're just like, and that's the end of the series. And I swear, when that happened, I felt my heart just crack. Because I was like, no, I don't want Henry Danger to end. And every time, I don't know why, but every time I see that scene, I just can't stop crying. Like, I didn't cry last night, thank God. But I don't even know if I can watch Henry Danger now, because anything Henry Danger now, because it's just too painful. That was just how I was. That was exactly how I was when BTR ended. I was like, no, no. Everybody was heartbroken. I'm devastated that Henry Danger is over. I mean, I loved that show. So every time it plays in my head, it makes me cry. Like I've cried I cry every night now. Um, I've cried every night twice. Um, I've cried myself to sleep twice. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I still cannot believe that show is over. I mean, that show wasn't, to many people, to many adults, it was probably not, like, to the kids it was probably it was more than a show, but, like, for example, to my family it was just a show, but to me it meant so much to me, because it kept me laughing. Like, if I got upset, I would just come in here and turn on Henry Danger, and it kept me laughing, it kept me going, it, always cheered me up. BTR was not the only thing that cheered me up. Henry Danger always cheered me up. Like like when my dog died, when my, excuse me, when my, see, I'm trying to keep it together. When my 4-year-old dog died, when my 4-year-old dog died, sorry, I'm trying to keep it together, but it's hard. I'm sorry if my voice cracks. I'm trying to keep it together. It's hard. When my dog died, I was devastated. Like, I was so upset, and so I came in here and started watching Henry Danger, and my heartbreak didn't take over. Like, my heartbreak didn't end, but it didn't take over because I was laughing so hard. So, I will admit I am very excited for the spinoff, though. So I don't know exactly what it's about, but I don't know exactly what it's about, but I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, I'm actually not the only one that's heartbroken that the show has ended. A lot of fans are, but also the cast are, because I was watching a video. What was it? Set Life on Nick. It was like a behind the scenes thing, and when the crew was giving the cast members goodbye speeches, all of them were started crying, and I was like, oh my god, like I was like, they're heartbroken too. It's kind of heartbreaking when your favorite show ends, but I just loved that show. I mean, it kept me going, it kept me laughing. I actually learned a lot from it too. So to me it wasn't just a show. It was my all-time favorite Nickelodeon show because it was so funny at times. I didn't find it funny at first. Like, I just found it a really cool superhero show that was based off Power Rangers and Scooby-Doo at times. But I didn't find it funny at first. I just found it really, really awesome. And then, because like with all the fight scenes and stuff, with all the fight scenes and stuff, and it started getting funnier like right after the musical, and I was like, oh my god, this show is hilarious. But now I don't even know if I can watch it now because it's so painful. The only thing I can watch is the spin-off, the animated spin-off. Now I remember when the musical came on, while I was growing up, I hated musicals. But when I first saw Henry Danger musical, I was like, it's okay. But then, like, when I saw the trailer to it, I was like, it's gonna be okay. It it doesn't look that good. But then I watched the musical and I was like, I found myself just jamming along every time a song was played. I was like, wow, this is a really good episode. So I can't believe that show was over. I mean, I'm really, really, really gonna miss that show. Now, apparently I was wrong because everybody kept saying that Henry didn't die, and I thought he did, but he didn't. So apparently I was wrong. So anybody that I said was wrong to Henry Danger dying, I apologize. You were right. You were right. He didn't die, but that was really confusing. But every time, in the funeral scene, I actually thought that Kid Danger died because Captain Man was trying to keep it together. He was like, I had a hero. His name was Kid Danger, and then he couldn't. And then he couldn't like say anything else. He was just like, I can't do this, and then he just walks off. So anyway, I really wanted. I'm really gonna miss that show. It's been a wild ride. So thank you, Henry Danger, for everything that you've done. Um, you had really funny cast members. Really funny cast members. Really funny episodes. Thank you, Henry Danger. And it lasted from I think I want to say 2014 to 2020. So it lasted 6 years basically. So it's been a wild ride. Thank you, Henry Danger. So goodbye, Henry Danger. So sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. Anyway, that's my goodbye speech for Henry Danger. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna make either tomorrow. Well, it's not Danger Week, so I think around it's BTR week right now. So I think around Danger Week, if I can even do Danger Week anymore, if I can even do Danger Week again, if I can still do Danger Week without crying or without breaking down because my heart is in half. I'm not sure if that's okay, but I don't understand how a show ending would break my heart, but whatever. Excuse me, I keep having to clear my throat. I'm trying to keep it in. I'm trying to hold it in. Anyway, that was my goodbye speech for Henry Danger. And so not tomorrow, but around I think even if I can even do Danger Week again. Once Danger Week rolls around again, if I can even do it again, then I'm going to do a compilation. Like that'll be part 2. Is a compilation video. So alright guys, that's gonna do it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.